Now I'll start to discuss over the left portion of Emily Dickinson's poem, and the left poem is "If I should die and you should live, and you should live." Am I clear now? Just say yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this poem is very important in terms to make you realize about the reality of the life, that though somebody is very important for us, but when somebody passes by, then we start to rework as a natural routine. Life is going on. That is the theme of this poem. If I should die and you should live. As Emily Dickinson was obsessed with the theme of death, but one thing that is very inspiring, that her obsession was not negative. Her obsession was very positive. She was not afraid of death. So the poem, in fact, consists of two parts regarding the circle of life. The first part reveals the natural aspect of life as a very peaceful part, and the second part is portrayed as a human aspect with more bustling energy, or you can say in a single form, nothing will stop after someone's death. किसी के ना रह जाने पर कोई भी चीज रुकती नहीं है. Death may be very common thing. That is the theme of this poem. कि you should not worry about the death, and you should not think much that no one can survive before after you, because when somebody is there on earth and he thinks that somebody is very much dependent on him or her, though it is not a abstract thing that people are dependent on each other, but life cannot stop. Here there are examples of business. You see, we are going to see words like business, stocks, enterprises, commerce. So these words are there. The last phase, the second part of the poem uses these words, but this business is not the real business that are going on in market or some stock houses. This business is the business of the life. So her easy and positive approach to death in this poem reflects her spirituality and defines her as a metaphysical poet in another term. When क्यों ये metaphysical poet की तरह मानी जाती है, क्योंकि she has taken the far-fetched imagery of business with life that can be understood only. There is no such hint. So dealing with the poem regularly, uh, exactly we are going to see the lines that are there in poem. In bracket, the words that are written in bracket like tinkle and lively, full of energy, actively, these are not the parts of poem. I have written it for clearance, for better understanding of the meaning. जो भी ये ब्रैकेट में वर्ड्स हैं वो पोम के पार्ट नहीं है. I took the help of Google during my preparation of this lecture. You see, now poem starts as if I should die. इस पोम को समझने के पहले एक बात जरूर ध्यान रखिएगा कि she is going to talk about death, and she talks the practicality of human life, that death is the part of the life itself and one should not worry about death. तो ये ऐसे शुरू होता है, if I should die and you should live. There is a talk between two persons. This is very conversational language. If I should die and you should live. अगर मुझे ना रहना हुआ, if I pass away, then and you should live, और आपको जीना पड़ता है. And time should gurgle on. You see, gurgle on is tickling, passing by, or it is very temporary like bubble. So, and time should gurgle on, time will pass, time will stop, time will not stop in fact. जैसे जब गरगल गरारा गरारा करते हैं, this is a part of one of the activities that we do sometimes in morning. So, and time should gurgle on, it will tinkle, it will pass by like the bubbles, and morn should beam, and noon should burn. The morning itself should beam, mean it shows that the morning sun will not stop, and the noon should burn. And beam, the word beam is important because beam is not the burning one. Beam is something that is pleasant. The morning sun, that is very healthy for, that is healthy for eyes, that is very healthy for the health in fact. So the mornings, the morn should beam, the morning will be beautiful, and noon should burn, and noon will be, the afternoon will be burning because of the heat of the sun. As it has usual done, as this is the very routine of the nature. Excuse me. So the routine here is a slight comparison with the nature, that nature will not stop its work, sun will not stop its innate part of the heat. As it has usual done, as usually it is going on, so it will continue. Now there is another example of the birds. If birds should build as early and bees as bustling go, one might depart at option from enterprise below. There is another way to say that everything will be normal. If bird should build as early, the bird will start to go back to its nest as early as she is leaving during the time of the dawn. जब गौधूल का टाइम होता है उसी समय जाएगी. एंड बीज एट बस्टलिंग गो, बस्टलिंग का मतलब यहाँ पे एक्टिविटी से है. द बीज विल बी बस्टलिंग, बीज की जो एक्टिविटी है टू जस्ट ड्रॉप द स्वीट एंजाइम्स फ्रॉम द फ्लावर, जिसको शहद बनाने का जो तरीका है, एंड इट्स एक्टिविटी विल गो ऑन. वन माइट डिपार्ट एट ऑप्शन फ्रॉम एंटरप्राइजेस बिलो, वन माइट डिपार्ट एट ऑप्शन. सो leaving one person is optional. Leaving one person or just dying of one person is not a big deal. It is going on because this is the part of the nature. From enterprises below, देखो यहाँ पे इस्तेमाल करना शुरू हो जाएगा enterprise below. You see, as I said that कि इसमें बिजनेस वर्ड यानी कमर्शियल वर्ड का ज्यादा इस्तेमाल किया गया है. तो फ्रॉम एंटरप्राइज बिलो, यू सी द एंटरप्राइज वर्ड इज देयर, दैट इज इन फैक्ट द वर्किंग शेड्यूल of a business, but here is the comparison, we can understand the working schedule of life. Now this sweet to know that stocks will stand, the stock that is there will stand, it will work. It means the life, the energy of the live, energy of the pine, and if somebody pines for live, it will still be there. When we with daisies live, daisies the part is a type of the flower. जो daisies है वो एक फ्लावर होता है जो घास में उगता है. इसका आप चाहें तो गूगल पे इमेज भी देख सकते हैं. So you see, when we with daisies lie, that commerce will continue. It means if somebody is enjoying with the lap of the in the lap of the nature, इसका जो extended meaning है, if somebody enjoying in the lap of the nature, that commerce will continue. इसका मतलब किसी का जो entertainment है, किसी का जो जो senses हैं, all the senses will remain usual for a time. It may be that it may hamper for a time being, but it will not die. ये चीजें खत्म नहीं होने वाली हैं. And trades as briskly यानी actively fly, and all the trades, it means all the activity that we do will stay active. It makes the parting tranquil. ये लाइन बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट है। इट मेक्स द पार्टिंग ट्विंकल। अगर इतना हमको पता हो कि ये सारी चीजें तब भी रहेंगी हमारे जाने के बाद में भी, अगर ये समझदारी पहले आ जाए, तो इट विल मेक द पार्टिंग ट्विंकल, यानी कि जब कोई दुनिया से जा रहा होगा, जब किसी की डेथ हो रही होगी, तो उसको बहुत ज्यादा दुख नहीं होगा, क्योंकि उसको अगर ये एहसास हो जाए कि मेरे न रहने पर भी वो सारी चीजें होंगी जो अभी हो रही हैं, भले ही कम हो या ज्यादा हो। So when somebody gets such type of understanding, or you can say enlightenment, then death is not that can generate fear, and keeps the soul serene. It will give such a bliss to the soul that the dying person will not feel pain, will not feel anxiety at all. That that gentleman so sprightly conduct the pleasing scene, the pleasing scene. You see, the last line ये बता रही है कि that gentleman so, the person who is dying, the person who will be living, conduct the pleasing scene. You see, the pleasing scene, इसमें इसके दो मतलब हैं। एक तो ये है कि the person who is about to die, the person who understand that he has to die, uh, conduct the pleasing scene. It means he will not fear and will stay positive throughout. पूरी तरह से वो पॉजिटिव रहेगा अपनी जिंदगी में। इसका दूसरा मतलब ये है, द जेंटलमैन सो स्प्राइटली conduct the pleasing scene if the person who is living will conduct the last ritual happily, because you know that the person is died and this is one of the natural part of the life. ये इतना बड़ा ही पोम है, if I should die and you should live. If you think the discussion requires more points, या आपको लगता है कि इसमें कोई चीज दोबारा क्लियर करनी चाहिए, तो आप बोल सकते हैं। Am I audible?
No, sir.
If you think anything should be more prompt that you can touch with, या आपको लगता है कि कोई चीज है जो इसमें और चीज डिस्कस किया जा सकता है, बड़ा आसान सा पोम है। Should I go ahead? आगे चले?
Yes, sir.
Okay.